Hi Aries, let's have a look and see what's coming up for you. 6 cards for the sign of Aries. Can be Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. 6 cards for the sign of Aries. Okay, I feel like this card wants to come out. The 6 of Cups, the 10 of Cups, the Hanged Man, the 6 of Wands. Wow, this is powerful. The King of Swords and the Queen of Wands. Okay, starting off with the 6 of Cups, this is quite a beautiful card here. I definitely feel, just a quick overview, I definitely feel that love is on the forefront. There's definitely coupling up that's happening here and coming to prominence, or finally gaining some sort of understanding. Now, it's something you've been waiting for here with the Hangman, so I'm excited to see how this unravels for you, Aries. 6 of Cups can definitely indicate this beautiful budding new romance that's happening. Now, for some of you, it could be with a new partner. It could be someone you've just met. I feel like you're coming from 2 different lives, quite separately, but you're coming together to form a love union, and this is quite beautiful. This is about romance. This is about feeling childlike. It is about that feeling of that element of excitement, you know, butterflies in the stomach, so to speak, Aries. So for some of you, there's someone that's being very generous and very sweet. And there's I feel like they're giving off signs that they're interested, especially giving off gifts or just doing very sweet gestures for you, Aries, is what I'm seeing with the 6 of Cups. Now, this can indicate 2 people coming together into a relationship, absolutely. It's also focused on children. I see that you have 2 cards here that have children in them. So for some of you, there's plans to expand the family or start a family is what I'm seeing here, but very much centered around family relationships, friends and children. It's also an opportunity of learning for some of you, so this could absolutely be a month where you sign up to a course, do something that helps you evolve, helps you grow, helps you learn or build on your existing skills. With the 6 of Cups here, it can also be a water sign coming through. It is Cups energy, so for those that are dealing with a water sign, I feel like with this Cups energy, you've got a lot of harmony coming into your relationships, potentially creating a family together and just having that romance. Even if you have been married for quite some time and you feel like you've lost the romance, you feel somewhat, I guess, your relationship has been turned around a little bit here, Aries. I think this is definitely changing with the 6 of Cups because this is exciting. But looking in a career sense, I feel like there's new growth, new developments or new ideas that are going to be nurtured. Now, you could be the one nurturing them, Aries. You could definitely be the one seeing them through. They could be your ideas. I feel like they're going to gain you some sort of recognition here. It's the recognition you've been waiting for. And I feel like you're going to have a lot of creation. You're going to have a lot of say over what it is that you're doing here, over your creation or your idea. I also feel like there's a lot of new people potentially starting around you, either in your business or in your workplace as well, with the 6 of Cups energy. Again, it could be like a training opportunity, and you might be assigned to help train these people in some way, shape, or form here. But the next card over is the 10 of Cups. Beautiful energy of reconciliation, happy family homes, relationships, love. I definitely feel there's a lot of things happening in terms of relationship here, Aries. I feel like you're finally understanding each other. You know, you're finally on the same wavelength is what I'm understanding here. You both have the same goal, the same vision. So I think your frequencies are certainly aligning spiritually and mentally, as indicated by the Queen of Wands and the King of Swords down here. So this is very exciting in terms of relationships. Again, the children. Some of you, your children are coming back home. If they're grown, they're coming back to visit you, for those that have children. The 10 of Cups is a card of happiness, bliss, harmony, affection, increased intimacy in relationships, absolutely. And it's really looking to the rainbow in the sky, and it's being in an attitude of gratitude and really experiencing a feeling of inner joy because your partner is being receptive to you, or the person that you're involved with is being receptive to you, or you're finally becoming on amicable terms with an ex-spouse, you know, the father of your children or the mother of your children or something like this. In a work sense, I really do feel like there's a lot of creation happening. I feel like there's a lot of harmony in the workplace, which is really, really good. And I feel like you're genuinely enjoying yourself at work, Aries. I think you're definitely coming to prominence here, which is really nice. And the 10 of Cups is this happiness here, and it's because of creation. I feel like if there's been like a bumpy like a bump in the road, like it's been a bit of a bumpy ride for you in regards to work. I think with the Ten of Cups here, it's really saying that ultimately there's something beautiful that's happening here. There's potential growth and reconciliation. And it's if you've had a bad run with an employer, a colleague, or a boss, I think this is definitely changing because you're looking to the rainbow. So it's very nice to see there's a newfound optimism here, potentially because you've been waiting for this for so long. You've sort of been held in suspense here with the Hangman, wondering, when is this going to happen? When is this going to come through for you? And I think following last month, some of you may have had a somewhat turbulent month with unexpected changes, sudden tower moments, etc. The Hangman can symbolize feeling somewhat introverted, but the other cards really dictate that, this is only minor, and that everything else happening around you here, Aries, is quite strong and is quite a positive, uplifting energy. But look, nonetheless, some of you have been waiting for reconciliation, or waiting to depart something or someone. I feel like for some of you, you're finally making a bold gesture here, because this is you with the Six of Wands. So whatever it is that you have to do in relationships or in career, I feel like you're taking that step forward in a very powerful way here with the Hanged Man. It's also epiphanies, enlightenments, and realizations. I really do think it's in regards to either a career or love or relationship, but something significant happening around you. So however it applies to your life, Aries, is of course to your discretion. But I feel with the Hangman, something you've been waiting for finally gets movement forward, finally gets some sort of green light here, or something like this to move forward in a situation. So if you feel like you've been stuck in your relationship, I really think you're going into a period of harmony in a relationship, which is really nice to see, especially with this Six of Wands that's quite prominent here. I do believe that there's action taken, and you're all about action, Aries. You tend to initiate a lot of things. You tend to be the instigator. You're very forward thinking. So I think all your strengths are shining through with the Six of Wands this month. So this is powerful, in particular in regards to career. I feel like the things that you're saying, you've got the King of Swords communication around you. So I'm not sure if you're dealing with an air sign here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, boss, lover, friend. But the things you're saying, this person is listening. It's almost like here you are communicating something to this person, or trying to convince someone of something, and it's actually working. The King of Swords is lending their ear to you. So I feel like you're getting a moment where you can really have your say here, Aries, where your say is mattered, your opinion matters, and someone is definitely going to do about what you've expressed. So if it's an expression of concern, for example, if it's an expression of love, it's you being forward and you being open and you being very direct and people agreeing with you. You've got a large following here. So I think if you're trying to communicate something at work, or trying to get an idea going, or try to become the creator of an idea or the leader of a project, will be the month where this happens, because I see people are encouraging you, people are supporting your behavior, your ideas. So this is quite special with the Six of Wands. It is a card of prominence, especially attraction and lust. Love even. So for those that are single and wanting to attract people, I do see that you'll be attracting both married and single people, and it's quite an exciting time. I feel like there's a buzz in the air in regards to love, or in regards to romance, in regards to attractions that you have with people, particularly if you do have a work romance or someone you have your eye on at work. I think there's something quite exciting happening here, and like I said, it's that butterflies in the stomach feeling that's coming in for you. But it's you being on amicable terms with someone, because that King of Swords is really powerful. It's all about direct communication. For those that are dealing with an air sign, I feel like there's a lot of steps forward with this air sign. There's a lot of things that are going to be expressed this month. How someone is feeling, what they're thinking, what they're planning on doing. If it's a boss in your career, for example, he's listening or she's listening to what you need to say, or they want you a part of their meetings, or they want you to express your opinion, but they're listening. They're very attentive. you're really coming to prominence in career, and I think around your colleagues and employees, Aries. But I also think in a love sense, the King of Swords coming up here, some of you do have an air king coming in particular, this air sign. You also have the sign of Leo that's coming through. But this is fire and this is air. So for those that are wanting to settle down with a fire sign or an air sign, I think this is the month where you finally have exclusivity, where you finally agree, you know, you've been waiting for this, and you finally agree that, yes, we want to take this relationship forward together. There's a mutual agreement here. So that's very nice to see with the King of Swords. It is about important things that need to be touched on as well. So important conversations, very detailed conversations. Pay attention to what the people are saying, also what they're not saying, so direct and indirect contact. I feel like there may be subliminal messages here as well, but everything will come to the surface with the King of Swords. So this is nice to see. It's quite refreshing energy. Moving on, you have the Queen of Wands, Leo energy for those that are dealing with a Leo, especially romantically or in a work sense. There's a lot of openness and someone's being very receptive. The Queen of Wands does rule spirituality and action and movement, so I feel like for those that want to progress with a fire sign, whether it's a boss, a friend, a loved one, someone you've had your eye on, I think there's some sort of progression here with you. Again, this person is very open to you, open to your gestures, open to what you have to say. They're listening, they're watching, they're listening, they're very receptive, they're very responsive to you. So look out for this in verbal language, in body language, in what they say and what they don't say. But the Queen of Wands does rule spirituality, possibly sex drive. So some of you might find that it's quite heightened, which could create another child. So there could possibly be someone conceiving. Some of you out there will be conceiving because you're just enjoying yourself and your loved one. And together for some of you that might just create a pregnancy. The Queen of Wands oozes sexuality, Aries. So I really do feel like you're attracting a lot of people, you know, whether you're coupled and you're not even looking, or you're single and looking. I just feel like you're oozing a lot of spirituality. Result, I think you're just emitting this wonderful vibe, and a lot of people are definitely catching your vibe here, and just they're drawn to you. They want to hear more from you. But I also feel like there's an emphasis on spirituality. So whether this is through astrology, tarot, yoga, meditation, I feel like this will help you get centered. Because I feel like there's a lot of energy here, a lot of good energy. If anything, there's overexcitement here, Aries, and you might just want to sort of tame that a little bit this month. But I feel with the Queen of Wands, this is quite a beautiful energy to have around you. You know, it's mysticism, it's the esoteric arts, it's naturopath energy here as well. So for some of you, this may apply. Again, she's quite dominant. She's in a leadership position. So I feel for some of you, in regards to a work situation, there's a Leo around you where there'll be improved communication, or you're coming into a leadership role of some kind here. Yet you're open to other people, it makes you very approachable here, Aries. So maybe this is a message if you're not being approachable enough, or maybe it's a message that people want to put you on that pedestal because they believe you've got the skills, you've got the ambition, you've got that character to lead and motivate and develop people in regards to the workplace. We'll be having a look at love and then career for you for the month. Let's go first into love, shall we? 6 cards for your love situation, taking in those general messages for Aries. Page of Pentacles, the World, the Temperance, 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. Okay, quite a few things are jumping out at me here. Some of you, I feel like in regards to love, there's either 2 people you're choosing from, or there's 2 priorities. And I feel like something about moderation stands in between the 2 of you with the Temperance card, Aries. I feel like with the 3 of Pentacles, the 3 of Wands, you potentially have 2 relationships here, Aries, or 2 different people you're choosing between, and there's someone that's trying to rush things. Now, the Knight of Swords can be an air sign, but it can also be you trying to rush things or get things off the ground. I feel like someone's rushing for a future with you, or you're rushing into something for your future. Now, I'm not sure if this is some sort of pressure you're feeling, if you're trying to conform to society that you need to be coupled up by a certain age, you need to have children by a certain age. You know, I feel like other people's pressures shouldn't fall on your shoulders. Everyone walks a different journey. They they walk a different life, and they have different wants, desires, and passions. So don't ever feel like you need to be rushing or someone needs to be pressuring you for the future, is what I'm seeing here, Aries, because you are certainly someone that holds your own. And I don't think, if you need to compromise, then so be it, here with the Three of Pentacles. But I almost feel like, the reason I say that is because you have the Ten of Cups, the Six of Cups. So this is possibly children or marriage or engagement even. And I'm wondering if someone's rushing you here a little bit, or if you're rushing them here, Aries. It could be reversed. It could be that you doing a bit of, you putting pressure on someone else. The Knight of Swords wants to get answers, seeks validation, seeks clarity, seeks the truth. So I feel there's definitely a lot of questions coming up for you in regards to your relationship and the direction about your relationship, because the Three of Wands is all about the future, is all about the long distance. It's the choices that you make now that will impact you later on, because it's the journey that you walk. Your first few steps can shape this journey in such a pivotal way here, Aries. And I feel there's a bit of pressure coming in around you here. I do. Now, I'm not sure if you need to take it back a notch for some of you. I feel like for the most part, in the general read, I do think some of you are on the same page, which is good. But maybe someone's taking it a little bit one step further here with the Knight of Swords and Three of Wands. Because I do see some potential negotiations or compromises that will need to be made here. Now, it can be any sign, really. There's a few that have come up here. There's Earth energy, Sagittarius, fire. You have air, so I don't want to pigeonhole them to just to the one sign. But look, Earth energy is someone talking about stability, or is someone trying to negotiate or trying to come into agreement with you about a relationship here. Again, you have 2 threes. So I'm wondering if there's anything involving another relationship here. For some of you, there absolutely could be a lover's triangle, and it could stem or it could start from someone at work who may express interest in you. Because I do feel there has been an earth sign possibly around you that's been watching you in your relationships here. And this person has been focused on you, has been watching you, has had a lot of admiration for you here, Aries. So I'm wondering what's going on with you here. I feel like this admiration, this crush or infatuation that someone has may be harming an existing relationship, or maybe maybe getting in the way of an existing relationship you have with someone else here, Aries, is what I'm seeing. I feel like there's something about moderation. Either everything is finally coming into moderation, you finally have a healthy balance. For some of you, I do think you're finally entering a stage. This is the World card, and you're entering this stage where you finally have balance, you finally have peace, you finally both are contributing enough to this relationship to see it grow, to see it flourish in a very positive light. So this is very nice to see, especially those that are dealing with a Sagittarius here. But this is all about truth and honesty, and they're fire signs like you, so I think you're quite similar in a lot of ways, and they tend to embrace the opportunity that comes their way. So I really think for some of you, the fact that you've had the Hangman with the Temperance card here in regards to love, I do feel that seeing these 2 cards together can indicate you've been waiting for this balance. You've been a little bit imbalanced here. You've been waiting for this perfect. The 2 of you are actually finally syncing, and you've been waiting for this. And now it's finally here, and then all of a sudden with the Temperance card, everything is upright and everything is making sense, and the universe is looking out for you. But at the same time, you've attracted it by your own will. So I like the energy that this is coming up with, Aries. I think it's definitely quite powerful. With the Temperance card, for some of you, I feel like you're meeting your equal. It's someone brand new with the Page of Pentacles. It could be an earth sign. It might be someone foreign, or that you meet on a holiday, or meet overseas, or meet through online ventures, online dating apps, social media, via emails, forums, something online here with the World card. Or an online relationship will develop. I feel like if some of you are establishing an online relationship right now, because I did mention potentially new budding romance here with the Six of Cups. I feel like for some of you, Aries, with the World card and the Six of Cups, some of you are definitely embarking on a long distance relationship, and I think this is going to be in your future for a long time coming. The fact that you've got the Three of Wands speaks volumes of the longevity of this connection here. There's potential for this, for the two of you to move overseas together to discuss the financials and the logistics of a long distance relationship. But I almost feel like there's this person is going to be a constant. The fact that the pentacles have come up in your connection here, I do believe that this person is going to continue to be a constant in your life in some way, shape or form here. So that's quite powerful here, Aries, in regards to your love connection. But the page could certainly indicate a new offer here. I also feel like some of you are being gifted with something. Something special. It could be flowers, it could be jewelry, it could be chocolates, you know, if you're a male. It could be, you know, a number of things really, whatever gets you going, I suppose, or whatever you're looking forward to receiving. So I like that this is coming up. I think it's quite an exciting time for you, but I do think there's several things happening for you here in regards to love. Throw out 6 more cards for career, for Aries, career, creative pursuits and business. Okay, the Tower card, the Moon, Knight of Cups, Two of Swords, the Death card, and the King of Pentacles. Okay, so there appears to be some sort of shake-up that can possibly lead to an ending here. I'm not sure if someone around you is leaving the job, Aries, or leaving the workplace, or leaving your career path. It could be you. There is a major ending taking place with the Death card. Can also be a Scorpio here. But the Death card with the Tower card, there's major things happening in regards to work or career, or in business. An ending with a client, a customer, a long-term colleague, a long-term boss. Something's happening here with the Tower card and the Death card. I'm wondering if this has anything to do with your prominence here. I see you in a leadership role. So for some of you, or you're really coming to prominence here. So for some of you, it's not the ending of a job per se, but it's the end of a role, or it's the end of a period of like probation or something, for example. Because it could be a period where you felt a little bit closed off. You felt like you weren't aware of your surroundings. So it could be like the end of a period of end of training, end of a period of some kind here in regards to career or business. I am seeing a new offer here with the Knight of Cups, however. So I'm wondering if someone is wanting to offer you something and you're actually going to say no. I feel like you might turn it down, or the offer might not be what you're after. Because for some of you, I feel like you're going to possibly close yourself off to this offer. It could be up to 2 offers. You have 2 towers here with the Moon card, and then you've got the big tower here. So I'm wondering if it is you blocking yourself off to something here in regards to work or career. I feel like there's going to be something happening around you at work possibly this month where you feel like you have to have, there's an element of choice. There's an element of choice, choosing between 2 different people, 2 different employees, 2 different products, 2 different services or something like this in this period with the Two of Swords. Because then you have the Death card, so you might end someone's employment here actually, Aries. It might be you. You might be, it's almost like you hold someone else's fate in your hands here. So for some of you, I mean, I know there's a lot of you in leadership roles or senior management roles. And I think you have some sort of, because you're coming into prominence, the big bosses are listening to you. So I think someone might get fired actually, or let go. It's unexpected. They won't see it coming. But I do see a potential new job offer. I mean, this could be a job interview, seeing someone face to face, having quite an eloquent conversation here, as the King of Swords normally does. But you standing out from the crowd and being a potential candidate, which is really good. And I do think there's potentially an offer coming in. I mean, the Knight of Cups does sit on top of the 10 of Cups. So I'm wondering if this is a water sign, particularly a Cancer or a Scorpio, that's going to offer you this role or offer you a new beginning. I do see the role to be more complex than what you're used to here, Aries. I think you might be, if you are starting a new job, I feel like with the Tower card, you may be coming into the role at a time when people have been let go very suddenly, or at a time when there's lack of cohesion. So I feel like there's it could be like office politics or something, but I feel like it's quite a turbulent time. It's the company's on shaky ground, so to speak. So I'm not sure if they're in trouble with law, or they're in trouble with legalities or governments, or maybe they have some sort of customer or client dispute. But I feel like they've recently encountered a Tower moment, and the Moon card is instability, that it has affected people on a personal and emotional level. So because this has come up, they're looking for stability. The King of Pentacles is Taurian energy, so you may be dealing with a Taurus here in regards to work, but he's absolutely rules stability, and he's quite a refined character. He's got very good wisdom, and he applies a lot of practicality when it comes to making big decisions, which I think you may have to do. Aries, you may be put in this place. Actually, it could be you might be put on the spot very quickly. I do see you leading from the front though, which is very nice to see. I do believe that your actions with the wands will prove to be received very, very well. And it could be this action that sets you on a course of learning. There might be someone that will want to develop you or work on your skills more to help bring you to another role or another job description or something of this nature here. Because there's definitely an epiphany or an aha moment or an enlightenment moment that occurs for someone around you. If not you, then someone around you, because they've been waiting for someone to be very creative or innovative or be very proactive. And I think this is the sort of energy you're exuding this month. And as a result, this is someone that wants to see your growth, your flourishing, and to see you more stable within the company here. So I think that's very exciting for some of you. So I will leave it at that, Aries. I hope this has been insightful. I do. Thank you so much for watching, and we shall be chatting again very soon. Thanks again, Aries. Bye for now.